Welcome back to KP's Kingdom, cooking with KP, and today I'm going to show you how to make these amazing pork belly bao buns. Really intensive, this recipe, so it is perfect for a party, believe me. Alright, here I've got a whole bunch of garlic. Right, you can count those cloves if you want to. I'm going to give those a little bit of a light crush down, and we just want to take the outer skin off these cloves. Alright, so you can add as much or little garlic as you like. I'm using, I think there's about 10 or so cloves of garlic there. Okay, pretty simple. And all I'm simply going to do is put that through my garlic press, just like that. Right, you buy this from the local kitchen supplier, don't cost you a lot, and you can buy good ones, you can buy bad ones. So I'm just going to keep crushing my garlic down, just like that. If you want to cheat and use pre-bottled garlic, you can, but it's got a real acidic sort of taste to it. Right, I've got a piece of ginger. I'm just going to take off the end there, and we're going to need to peel that. And I'm just going to use a teaspoon just to scrape off all the bark, for a better word, off the ginger. We're only going to need around about sort of 2 centimeters worth of that, and this is a real efficient way to do your ginger or prep your ginger. A microplane, I'm just going to grate that ginger down and put that in with the garlic. There's no point doing it separately because we're going to be using both products together. 1.5 kilo pork belly. I've just bought that from the supermarket. We're just going to wipe that down, and here I've got a little tenderizer deal. It's got little blades in it. I'm just going to put thousands of holes into my pork belly, and that's going to allow air to get in there. We want a really nice crunchy crackling to this. And if you don't have one of these, don't worry, you could just use a small knife, or you could even use a carving fork. It's going to take you a little bit longer using a carving fork. Alright, so we just want to perforate all of that pork skin, as many holes as we possibly can, and we're going to flip that over. Okay, and we're going to put some nice little slits along the pork belly. Alright, I'm going to do these around about sort of 3 centimeters apart ish. Alright, and we're not going to cut all the way down to the skin. We're just going to leave it a little bit short, and that's going to allow our marinade to get in and really flavour this pork belly up. And believe me, if you follow these instructions, you will end up with the most flavoursome pork belly. Right, I've just mixed my garlic and ginger together, and I'm just going to spread this all over the top of that meat. Right, now that's not going to do a lot, so we've got the gloves on. We're going to rub that into all those little slits that we've made in the pork belly, and when this is ready to cook, it's going to have so much flavour and beautiful traditional Asian type flavours, and you won't believe you can make something so good out of doing something so simple. Alright, so just keep rubbing that in like that, and we're not finished with our marinade yet. Alright, so our garlic and ginger are in, and I'm going to add white pepper, ground white pepper, all over the top, just like that. Alright, and that would be essentially it to start with. I want a little bit more of a Japanese style flavour, so I've got some sansho pepper, also known as prickly ash. You can get that from your local Chinese or Asian supermarket, and I'm going to give that a nice dose of that. It's got a really unique type of flavour to it. Okay, and now I've got some Chinese 5 spice, and we're going to give that a nice little dosage over. Okay, and that's a good quality Chinese 5 spice from an Asian store. I just reuse old spice jars. It just makes it a little bit easier. Give all of that a good rub in like that. Once again, try and get it into all those little nooks and crannies into that pork belly. Alright, that's done. We've flipped it over. I've put that into a just a little baking dish, and I'm going to cover all the skin with some salt, and I'm going to use a fair bit here. We're going to drain out as much moisture as we possibly can. I'm just using a cooking salt. Seems to work out absolutely perfect. Other chefs or cooks might say otherwise, so give that all a good pat down. That's going in the refrigerator at least overnight. I actually gave this around about 23 hours or so. Alright, we're getting ready to the next day do our bao buns, and I've got a carrot, giving that a bit of a peel, and all we're going to do is do a bit of julienne. Now if you've got one of those mandolins that'll do a julienne, you can. I've got one of these little peelers, for a better word, that will just make up nice little ribbons of carrot. You can make them as thick or thin as you'd like. The thinner the better, in my belief. Alright, as you can see, I've got a nice little collection of carrot slices right there. Nice little bits of thinly julienne carrot, a little dash of salt. Okay, I'm doing this about 2 hours prior to getting ready. Little bit of just room temperature water over the top, and that's going to be it for that. Alright, we need some cabbage. I'm just going to cut a nice big cheek off my cabbage like that. We don't need the whole cabbage, we just need a nice amount for our bao buns, and it all depends on how many of these you want to make. I'm just going to put that through my julienne, not my julienne, my mandolin, on setting number 1, the finest I possibly can. Right, just going to slice all of that up, and as you can see, a little bit of cabbage goes a long way. These beautiful thin slices of cabbage. Alright, how good does that look? Alright, I'm going to make up a little bit of a sauce. I've taken out a good heavy teaspoon's worth of hoisin sauce. Kewpie mayo can go over the top. A little bit of cooking sake. Right, so we've got some sweet, we've got a little bit of creaminess, and we're going to have a little bit of bitterness from the sake. Just give all of that a good stir, just like that, and that is going to be it basically for your sauce. Really, really easy to do. Alright, I'm going to put that into the refrigerator and let that chill down. Alright, my pork belly I've taken out. The skin has really firmed up, and all I'm going to do now is scrape off all of that salt. I'll probably leave a little bit behind. It's going to help with the crackling on this. So just brush it down just like I'm doing right there. And as you can see, that salt seems a little bit wet. That's because it's taken all that moisture out of the pork skin. Alright, that's going into the oven, 180 degrees for around about 40 to 45 minutes. Alright, and at the end of that, I'm going to crank up my oven to the maximum it is. It's going to turn the grill on, or salamander on, and we're going to cook that off until we end up with the most amazing looking crackling. How good does that look? Oh, the best ever pork belly that you could imagine. Alright, let that sit for a few minutes, and I'll take that out, put that onto my chopping board, and you'll be able to hear the sound with my knife as I pass it over the top. How crunchy is that? Alright, all we need to do now is slice our pork belly. We don't need to go too thin, don't need to go too thick, but we've got a really nice juicy pork belly on the inside and a nice crunchy crackling on the outside. Okay, really simple and delicious to do. So we're going to slice up some of those pieces of pork belly like that. I've got some bao buns. Look, I've just bought these from my local supermarket. It's basically a case of you put them into Chef Mike for a few seconds or so, and they'll heat up and they'll open up beautifully like this. It's not worth trying to make your own. I might do that another time. A little bit of our hoisin mayo on the bottom, just like that. Okay, and that's a actual match made in heaven, those flavors. Some of our pork belly slices can go down like that. Oh god, I'm salivating narrating this, believe me. Right, that can go down. We'll put down some of our cabbage just like that. Okay, and if you haven't had like an Asian style pork belly before, wow, you don't know what you're missing. It is amazing. Down goes some of our carrot, just like that. Okay, and we're going to make this a nice little bit of presentation. A little bit of coriander leaf on top, and there you go. You've got KP's amazing pork belly bao buns. It's a real sort of mixture of different Asian cultures in this one. Love to see you try and make this one at home. Thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Hit that like button. Gives me confidence to make you feel warm and fuzzy too. Hit that notifications bell. You're notified every time a new video goes up, and share this video with all your friends on all platforms of social media. We are trying to get Name of KP's Kingdom out there. Leave a comment. Love reading, love responding to them. In the meantime, if you want to learn how to make more really Moorish type dishes like this one, well, you need to come and join the family. My family, hit that subscribe button and you'll never miss another one of my videos again. I'll my pork belly bao buns, and I will catch you next time. Bye.